What happens when the games we love turn into scandals we can't forget? When the biggest names in sports become headlines for all the wrong reasons, some moments leave fans cheering, others leave them in shock. Athletes caught cheating, games rigged, careers destroyed, all for fame, money, and victory at any cost. But was it worth it? Some of these stories shook the world so hard that sports were never the same again. Are you ready for the 20 most shocking controversies in sports history? Buckle up, this is going to get wild. 1. The Black Sox Scandal, 1919. The World Series is supposed to be the pinnacle of baseball, but in 1919 it became a crime scene. 8 Chicago White Sox players were accused of conspiring with gamblers to throw the championship in exchange for money. It was the biggest betrayal in baseball history. Imagine being a die-hard fan, cheering your team on, only to find out the players had no intention of winning. The scandal led to a lifetime ban for the players involved and the appointment of baseball's first commissioner, determined to clean up the game. But even a century later, the stain of the Black Sox remains. 2. Pete Rose betting scandal, baseball's all-time hits leader. A man who dominated the sport, banned for life. Why? Because Pete Rose gambled on games, including those of his own team, the Cincinnati Reds. Did he influence outcomes? Did he make strategic decisions based on his bets? We'll never know for sure, but Major League Baseball didn't take any chances. They shut him out for good, erasing any hope of him making it into the Hall of Fame. Fans are still divided, should he be forgiven or remain an outcast? 3rd Lance Armstrong doping scandal, 7 Tour de France titles, 1 American hero. And then, the truth. For years, Armstrong denied doping accusations, attacking critics, destroying careers. Then, in a stunning confession, he admitted it all. Blood doping, performance-enhancing drugs, he had cheated his way to the top. His titles, stripped. His reputation, ruined. A fall from grace like no other. But here's the real question, was he the villain, or just a symptom of a corrupt sport? 4. Tanya Harding and the attack on Nancy Kerrigan. A brutal attack. A dream crushed. Figure skater Nancy Kerrigan was America's sweetheart until one fateful day in 1994. A man with a club struck her knee just before the Olympic trials. The mastermind linked to her biggest rival, Tanya Harding. Harding denied involvement, but the evidence suggested otherwise. She was banned from skating, her career destroyed. A real-life sports crime that became the stuff of Hollywood movies. 5. The BALCO Scandal, steroids and lies. BALCO, a secretive lab, supplied performance-enhancing drugs to some of the biggest names in sports. Barry Bonds, Marion Jones, and many others. Athletes swore they were clean. Then came leaked documents, federal investigations, courtroom drama. Some careers survived, others collapsed. The scandal changed sports forever, forcing leagues to get serious about drug testing. But even today, can we ever be sure who's truly clean? 6. The Mitchell Report, 2007. Baseball's darkest secret exposed. When Senator George Mitchell's report dropped in 2007, it shook Major League Baseball to its core. Over 80 players named, superstars linked to steroids. Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez, even Hall of Fame legends weren't safe. The league scrambled to repair its image, but the damage was done. Fans were left wondering how much of baseball's history was built on lies. FIFA corruption scandal, 2015. The world's biggest sport run by one of the most corrupt organizations on earth. FIFA's leaders were arrested in dramatic fashion, charged with bribery, fraud, and money laundering. World Cup bids were allegedly bought, not earned. Millions of dollars vanished into secret accounts. Fans were outraged. But the truth? FIFA had been corrupt for decades. The only difference now? They finally got caught. 8. The Houston Astros sign-stealing scandal, a World Series tainted by cheating. The Houston Astros used cameras to steal pitching signs, relaying them to batters with coded noises. The result? A championship won unfairly in 2017. When the truth came out, players weren't punished, but the team was fined and coaches were fired. The big question remains, should their title be erased? And how many other teams are guilty of the same crime? 9. The New England Patriots Spygate and Deflate-Gate. The most dominant NFL dynasty, or the most controversial. First, Spygate, the Patriots were caught videotaping opponents' signals, giving them an unfair advantage. Then came Deflate-Gate, accusations that Tom Brady used underinflated footballs for a better grip. Suspensions, fines, endless debates. Did the Patriots win fair and square, or did they push the rules too far? 10. The Penn State sex abuse scandal, a crime that rocked the sports world. Former Penn State football coach Jerry Sandusky was convicted of sexually abusing young boys for years. Worse, head coach Joe Paterno and university officials allegedly ignored warnings. When the truth came out, Penn State's reputation was shattered. Statues were removed, wins were erased, some wounds never heal. 11. The Russian doping scandal, an entire nation's Olympic dream built on deception. Russia's state-sponsored doping program led to mass disqualifications, stripped medals, and a global ban. Athletes were forced to compete under a neutral flag, but here's the scariest part: if one country could cheat on this scale, who else might be doing the same? 12. The NBA betting scandal, 2007. A referee fixing games? It happened. Tim Donaghy was caught betting on NBA games he officiated, raising questions about biased calls and rigged outcomes. How deep did the corruption go? We may never know, but fans still wonder how many games were truly fair. 13. The 2002 Winter Olympics figure skating scandal, a gold medal stolen. French and Russian judges allegedly conspired to manipulate scores in the pairs figure skating final. When the scandal broke, officials had no choice. The Canadian duo was awarded a second gold, but the damage was done. Skating's reputation took a massive hit. 14th OJ Simpson murder trial, a football legend accused of murder. OJ Simpson's trial became the biggest media circus in history. The verdict? Not guilty. But years later, civil court found him responsible. Sports icons rarely fall this hard. 15. The hand of God goal, a goal that shouldn't have counted. In the 1986 World Cup, Diego Maradona used his hand to punch the ball into the net. The ref missed it. Argentina won. Fans still argue, was it genius or pure cheating? 16. The Malice at the Palace, a game turned into a war. NBA players and fans brawling in the stands, fists flying, chairs thrown, the fallout, suspensions, arrests, and a forever changed league. 17. The 1972 Olympic men's basketball final, the USA versus USSR gold medal game ended in chaos. 3 chances for the Soviets to win 3 bizarre officiating decisions. The Americans refused to accept their silver medals. To this day, they remain unclaimed. 18. The Bloodgate Scandal, a rugby player faking an injury using a blood capsule? It happened. A bizarre attempt to cheat the rules and one of the strangest scandals in sports history. 19. The 2018 Australian cricket ball tampering scandal caught red-handed. Australian cricketers were filmed tampering with the ball, a blatant act of cheating. Suspensions followed, and the team's reputation took a major hit. Sports should be about skill, hard work, and fair competition. But as these stories show, sometimes greed, pressure, and ambition lead athletes down the wrong path. What do you think? Which scandal shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping sports stories. Turn on that bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.